Jayson Tatum is widely regarded as one of the best players in the NBA. He has made back-to-back NBA first teams and is a 5-time NBA All-Star. And since entering the league, he's been dominant. However, coming out of high school, he was just the 4th best player in his recruiting class. So where are the 3 college basketball recruits ranked higher than Jayson Tatum in the 2016 college basketball recruiting class? So first up, at number 1 is Josh Jackson, who committed to play for Kansas. And Josh Jackson would only go on to play 1 season of college basketball at Kansas, but was flat out dominant. He would be named an All-American and Big 12 Freshman of the Year. So it surprised no one when he was selected 4th overall in the 2017 NBA draft by the Phoenix Suns. And with the Suns, his career started off pretty good as he'd be named to the NBA All-Rookie team. However, he would sadly only play 2 seasons with the Suns due to him being replaced by Devin Booker. And in 2017, the Suns would trade Jackson to the Memphis Grizzlies. And he would actually go on to play 26 games for their G League team. And after not doing much with the Grizzlies, in 2020 he signed with the Detroit Pistons. And this season would end up becoming the best of his career as he finished averaging 13.4 points per game. However, after just one more disappointing year with the Pistons, he would be traded to the Sacramento Kings. And currently right now, Justin Jackson is a member of the Stockton Kings, which is the Sacramento Kings G League team. However, he still only is 26 and could have another chance in the NBA. But next up at number 2 is Harry Giles, who committed to play for the Duke Blue Devils. He was the best power forward in the class and was expected to make an immediate impact for Duke. However, things did not go to plan for Harry Giles at Duke. He would end up injuring his knee, and this would require surgery. And this would end up sidelining him for 6 weeks of the season, and he would only play in 26 college basketball games for the Duke Blue Devils. And honestly, he just was not very good in college basketball, only averaging 3.9 points and 3.8 rebounds a game. However, after this season, he decided to declare for the 2017 NBA draft. And Harry Giles would go on to be selected 20th overall in the 2017 NBA draft by the Portland Trail Blazers. However, on draft night, he would be traded to the Sacramento Kings. In his rookie season with the Sacramento Kings, he was not very good, only averaging 7 points, and he only played in 58 games due to him getting injured. And then his second season was basically the same, as he only played in 40 games and had 6.9 points per game. And he was just not very good in his first 2 years with Sacramento, so they would trade him to the Portland Trail Blazers. And once again, in his time with Portland, he would be very unimpressive for them and would only play 38 games for the Trail Blazers. After 3 disappointing seasons in the NBA, he was released and bounced around G League teams. And after playing 2 full years in the G League, he was called up to the Brooklyn Nets in 2023. And in this season with the Nets, he looks improved. He's not getting many minutes, but he's making them count. And he is currently only 25 years old, so maybe he can turn around his NBA career. And the 3rd best college basketball recruit ranked higher than Jayson Tatum was Markelle Fultz, who committed to play for Washington. And during his 1 season of college basketball at Washington, he was just flat out dominant. During this season, he averaged 23.2 points a game with 5.9 assists and 5.7 rebounds. He was hands down the best player in college basketball, so it surprised no one when he entered his name in the 2017 NBA draft. And actually, in the 2017 NBA draft, the 76ers selected Markelle Fultz with the 1st overall pick. The 76ers were hoping to make the playoffs with Markelle Fultz leading them. And honestly, during his first couple games in the NBA, he flashed potential. However, he was beginning to develop a shoulder injury. And this shoulder injury was actually affecting the way he shot. So the 76ers made the tough but smart decision to sit him until he was fully recovered. And what's crazy is many sports analysts just thought he wasn't good and it was not an effect of his shoulder injury. Sadly, Markelle Fultz would only end up playing in 14 games in his NBA rookie season. But like I said, he flashed potential as he became the youngest player in NBA history to record a triple-double. And after this, he had huge expectations heading into his 2nd season. And heading into the year, he was named the starting shooting guard over JJ Redick. However, sadly for Markelle Fultz, he would lose the starting role to Jimmy Butler when the 76ers acquired him. And now tensions were extremely high between him and the 76ers. And he decided to announce that he would be stepping away from the team until his shoulder was evaluated. And he would end up being diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome, which drastically affects the nerves between the neck and shoulder. And this just straight up limited the way Markelle Fultz could shoot the ball. And finally, the 76ers were done with this huge mess and decided to trade him to the Orlando Magic. And in his first season with the Magic, he already flashed potential, averaging 12.1 points per game and 5.1 assists. However, in the next season, he would once again get injured and only play in 8 games for the Magic. And then the following season, he sadly tore his ACL and only played in 18 games of that year. And overall, Markelle Fultz is in his 5th season with the Orlando Magic. And you really just have to feel for the man as he's constantly injured. At times, he flashes potential, but overall has just been a bust in the NBA. And finally, the 4th best recruit was Jayson Tatum, who committed to play for Duke. And overall, it's safe to say that he's been the best out of all of them, as he was selected 3rd overall in the 2017 NBA draft. And since entering the league, he's quietly been a top 10 player in the league. Thank you for stopping by and tune in for next week's video.